Okay, so these are problems 17 through 20 on the Chapter 2 practice test, and it wants us to write an equation of a line in point-slope form through each pair of points. Now, point-slope form, remember that there's three different types of linear equation forms. That's the slope-intercept form, where it's y equals mx plus b, point-slope form, where it's y minus y1, equals m times x minus x1, and the standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Okay, so it wants us to write it in point slope form, which is this one right here. And I'm going to show you how to do that one for these problems. So it gives us 2 points. Okay, so we have 2 points here. The y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And what we're missing is this m right here. So first step is we need to find the m. So let's try that on 17. So step 1 is that we need to find the slope. Let's say find slope. And we do that by using the equation for slope. So that equals m equals y2 minus y1. Hopefully you have this equation memorized. If you don't, then put it on your note card so you have it for the test. x2 minus x1. Okay, and if you don't know where these y2s and y1s go with, here's what they are. You go up to the points here, and then for the 0, 0, you put x1, y1, and then the second set of points you put x2, y2. So that's where those come from. Now all you need to do is put these numbers into your equation, and then you'll be able to find slope. So our y2 is this 7 right here. So you put 7 minus y1, which is 0, and that's divided by x2, which is negative 4, and that's minus 0. Okay, then you just simplify this and find out what the slope is. 7 minus 0 equals 7. Negative 4 minus 0 equals negative 4. So our final slope answer is negative 7 over 4. Okay, so we have our slope. Okay, now the step 2 is that you write your general form of the equation. So step 2. And what you do here, you write the point slope form, so which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so you're going to take your slope and put it into the equation. So our slope is negative 7/4. You put it right in there. And then, okay, so this is the weird part. You pick any point, any one of the 2 points, and you put those into the equation. So the easiest one would probably be 0, 0 here. You'll get the exact same answer with either one of the points. Either one of the points will be right. So if I put 0, 0 into our equation, we got y minus 0 equals negative 7/4 times x minus 0. And if we simplify this, y minus 0 just equals y, and then we got our negative 7/4 times x minus 0 just equals x, and then you just leave it like that. That's in point slope form. Let me double check their answer real quick. Yep. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it is. And if you do it with the other set of points, that's okay too. You'll get a slight, the answer will look different, but it's still the right answer as long as you did the correct process. So let's try that with number 18. Number 18. Okay, number 18 is so step 1 always is to find the slope first. So we have m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1 equals, so you go up here and you label your points x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and then you put these points into your equation for slope and you solve. So our y2 is 10 minus y1 is -6, and that's all over x2, which is -2, and minus x1, which is -1. Then that equals 10. A minus -6 equals +6, so 10 plus 6, and then -2 minus a -1, which equals +1, and then that's going to equal 16 over -1. 16 divided by -1 equals, I'm going to fit it in here, -16. Okay, so we got -16. Okay, step 2 is you create your general equation for the point slope form. So it's y minus y1 equals your slope times x minus x1. Okay, so then you need to take your slope and you're going to put it into this equation, and then you're going to take one of the coordinates. You can pick the first one here, or you can pick the second one, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to pick the first one. So you have y minus a -6. So that's the y value here. And that equals our slope, which is -16. And then x minus x1, which is -1. Okay, then we just need to simplify this. So a negative and negative equals positive. And we have -16 times x minus a minus equals +1. And that's it for that one. That's all you gotta do. So that's number 18. If you use the other point, you'll get a slightly different answer, but they're both the correct answer. So let's erase this. Okay, then on number 19, again, you can try these out yourself first and then play the video to see if you got them right. So we have, find the slope first, so m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay, and that equals our y2 is -2 minus y1, which is 0, and then the x2 equals -1 and minus our 3. So -2 minus 0 equals -2, and then -1 minus 3 equals -4. A negative and a negative equals a positive, so that equals +2 over 4. And then you can simplify the 2 over 4 by dividing the 2 by 2 and dividing the 4 by 2. So 2 divided by 2 equals 1, 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So that equals 1/2. Okay, then we go and write the regular form of our point slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your 1/2 and put it in the equation for m. So that's going to equal 1/2. And then you need to pick one point and plug it into the equation. So we're working with 19 here. So let's do 3, 0. So the 3's are x and our 0's the y. So let's do y minus 0 equals 1/2 x minus 3. So then we get y minus 0 equals y equals 1/2 x minus 3. And you just leave it like that. And that would be the answer for 19. If you use the other point, if you use the -1 and -2, your answer will look slightly different, but as long as you did the same steps, it's still the right answer. So let's go on to the last one, number 20. So again, we need to find the slope first. So m equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. And y2 would be, so remember, label your points, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so the 2 is our y2, and our y1 is 5. Then that's all over x2, which is 8, and our x1 is 9. So simplify this, 2 minus 5 equals -3, 8 minus 9 equals -1, and that -3 divided by -1 equals +3. Okay, final step is create your general point slope form equation. x1, so put the 3 in for the m. Pick any point you want. You can pick the first point, you can pick the second point, doesn't matter. Let's pick the second one. What the heck? So y minus our y value is 2, and x minus our x value is 8. And then you can just, that is point slope form, so you can leave it just like that, because that looks like this form right here. So that's the answer for number 20. Now let's go on to 21 and 22.